What happened with Rain? Oh, he had like a pseudo interview with Grace. Oh, I guess it was on this channel. Oh yeah, it was this one. And it did not go well at all. That whole thing was a disaster. That made everything even worse somehow. Yeah, FaZe just continues to burn to the ground. It just keeps getting worse and worse for FaZe. This was hard to sit through. There is no one in this situation that's looking good now. It's like so far off course at this point, like the whole discussion around FaZe and the higher ups and the corporate suits that took over, it's getting fucking crazy. It was supposed to be like a clearing the air interview thing, but it went quickly off the rails and it ended with a big sad like blow up at the end. I think it's just very uncomfortable to sit through. It's brutal. I don't know why he would even post this. I really don't. This is something that should have just been buried legitimately. He doesn't look good, she doesn't look good, FaZe doesn't look good. There is no one coming out on top of this. The whole point should have been on like the actual FaZe corporate suits. And now it's just way off course. Way off course. How did the drama between Rain and Grace even start? Because FaZe signed Grace, and this was just another contentious point in the FaZe decisions, since the OG founders don't really have any power at the company anymore. So they were upset, thinking that they were making more celebrity signings, and that ended up with Grace getting a lot of shit for being signed, and which made everything super muddy. I don't think all of the founders like hated Grace or anything, but then Grace defended herself on a stream, and then that made Rain get defensive in a video, which then made Grace get aggressive in a follow-up video, which then made Rain want to try and clear the air with this video, where it once again just got aggressive between the two of them. Like, it was just a complete fucking disaster. Do you think the video was acting? No, I don't think so. Like, there is actually nothing to gain. That'd be the stupidest like marketing play, or I don't know what the goal would be if it's all fake or acting. That would have actually no benefit at all to anybody. That would make no sense. The whole purpose of the OGs speaking out was supposed to be to put pressure on the FaZe suits to finally start correcting the path that the company's gone down. But we have completely lost that thread now. That's not where we're at anymore. Now it's just like fighting between FaZe. Like members as opposed to the suits. Rain didn't look bad at all. I disagree. What? Like, they both looked bad here. No one comes out with a W here. Again, the point was supposed to be about the suits, but it ended up getting very personal with Grace herself, who did get aggressive after Rain made his video. Like, I don't think he looked good here. She didn't look good either, and FaZe certainly doesn't look good. She wouldn't accept his apology and ran away crying. How's that the takeaway you got? His apology was like, yeah, no, like, yeah, no, I understand, but I'm being logical, you're not being logical. Like I'm being logical, you're not being logical, you're not getting it. Like, he just kept making that point. That's not like a real apology at all. And then Grace didn't help the situation at all either, because it didn't seem like she was even really willing to talk to Rain, like, on a personal level, because things were already so aggressive coming into it. That's what happened. How does bringing up Modern Warfare 2 lobbies and the hard R have anything to do with an apology to Grace? That has nothing to do with anything. What are you talking about? That was in reference to the old tweets. Yeah, which is something I don't know why she'd bring up either. Again, because it was all just so aggressive coming into it. This was just this was a disaster from top to bottom. You think she'll actually leave FaZe? Probably. Now, he genuinely apologized at the end, but she outright ignored it and insulted him. It's so crazy how that's the perception. Like, I think coming into it, he really wanted to clear the air, but she wasn't really ready for that. And then he got defensive again, because, like, when he chimes in, like, he even comes in and says, like, here, I'll just play a couple of moments. Like, I don't think this is a very genuine moment here. Because he says, like, you're just acting again, you're going acting mode.
Human for calling you mid that I went to that was on my drunkest night. Like, what do you want?
And even in this, he calls her a bitch. Like, I don't understand. No one looks good here.
You want me to forever just like, who gives a fuck? Because it's like, you want to super victimize yourself over that? Okay, then I guess I'm hurt. How dare you? How dare you bring up the worst time in my life? I'm fucking hurt. How dare you? It's like, what are we talking about? I'm fucking hurt. I almost died. And I called you mid and you responded with something that almost took my life? That almost left my mom without a son and support? See, I can play that fucking game all day.
I'm an actor too, bitch.
Fuck that game. I don't give a fuck. And it's like, how could you let other people hurt your feelings? Do you not believe in yourself? Are you not a confident woman? You should be. You should be. You've accomplished great things. You should feel confident in yourself.
Am I
Fuck
not
all
a
that.
confident woman? You don't know me.
So then how's this hurting your feelings? If I call you mid, you should be like, fuck him. Who cares what I say?
See, like, I don't know how you think that's a genuine apology. This is, like, super hard to sit through. That's not, like, an apology. I think he went into this wanting to apologize and clear the air, but it just didn't go that way. This is not a genuine apology or anything. He did in the beginning, like, it seemed like wanted to do a genuine apology and things got super muddy. But this is a terrible ending for both of them. And then she, of course, gets very upset and threatens to leave FaZe and everything. It's brutal. It's brutal. Look, before that, he genuinely said sorry a few minutes before that. Why are we moving the goalposts? You said at the very end he gave a genuine apology. I'm just showing the very end was the furthest thing from a genuine apology. As I just said earlier on, it seemed like he tried to, like, actually apologize. But that's not how it ended. What are you talking about? I was just refuting the point that at the very end he gave a genuine apology. That's all I was refuting. Like I said, earlier it seemed like he really did try. I don't know, like, I don't know why we're pretending things are there that aren't. They both wasn't really listening to each other? No, absolutely not. But like I said, this video should just not have been posted. This is not a good look for anybody at all. Should have just been handled privately. Or if you wanted to try and make like a clearing the air video and it went well, then you post it and then it's like a public W, but it went even worse than imaginable. Genuinely apologized before that a few minutes, but she kept criticizing him as a person and calling him sexist, so he got fed up and reacted the way. It's obvious to me. Brother, why are people just not even listening? You're like refusing to hear what I'm saying. All I was showing with the end of that is to refute the like 5 chatters who kept saying he genuinely apologized at the very end. All I was showing is that at the very end, that was not an apology. Him telling her how she should feel and react, and like going in this weird like gaslighting thing at the end is not the genuine apology you think it is. He did, as I said 10 times, did try and make a real apology earlier. But I don't think she really wanted to hear that and wanted to instead, like, talk to him in a different way. So neither one of them were really receptive to the whole situation. But like I said, it did seem like he tried earlier and it didn't work. I don't know why you're just refusing to listen to what I'm saying. The transparency is a W by Rain. But it's transparency for what? This doesn't further the goal of fixing FaZe. Now it's turned into a dog pile and like a civil war between Grace supporters and Rain supporters, and now the suits just get to go back to the shadows. There's no pressure on the actual FaZe brass. Now it's just public pressure on Grace and Rain. Like, this didn't do anything to actually fix the org. It's worthless. It just completely lost the plot. Grace got personal, Rain got personal, and now it's just a battle between the two of them, so it's fucking worthless. I'd love FaZe to get back to its former glory. I make a lot of jokes about FaZe and like some of the scummy shit over the years, but I really am very impressed with what FaZe was able to do as a company. Like, reaching the mainstream is something very difficult for most gaming-centric brands to do. Like, they did, like, something very hard to do. So to see it's the state that it's in sucks. Like, it's not cool. Like, I'm not celebrating the death of FaZe and the continued spiral. Did the OGs retire and let their company be handled by snakes? As I understand it, the founders ended up signing deals they didn't fully understand the scope of, which lost them control of the company. I don't think they planned on losing control, but I also just don't know. I mean, FaZe isn't dead yet, but it's certainly not looking good for the org. Even outside of, like, the internal drama here, it continues to just plummet. The founders in the picture at all, they have, like, a very small stake in the company at the moment. Like, they don't have any real say in the direction. Their teams are still very good. FaZe still has top-of-the-line esports teams. That hasn't changed. But they're only going to be able to afford them for so much longer with the way the company's going. Even if every esports team they have won every major tournament, they'd still be losing money, yes or no? Yes, they would. Even if every single one of their esports teams won every major starting right now, they'd still be losing money at the end of the year. Yeah.